Behave now. Oh. Careful what you say.
Never.
Thrown off YouTube.
Count.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Wizard.
the wizard. All right, so
Do you
we're
hear?
gonna
What
pick
is
up
that?
with the wizard. So here's the wizard right here. Groth. Your character Brian. You wake up from your coma you're in for a couple days after the last adventure, after the battle against the Chaos Lord and the explosion that almost killed you, and you find yourself completely healed. I mean, your body is healed. The burns are completely gone from your body, and 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 you find yourself interested in the mystic arts all of a sudden. So before you were level 0, so now you're a level 1 mage. Uh, when you awaken, you're surrounded, and there's a undead basically standing over you. At least 5 of them, all in full armor and shiny armor. And they're newly undead. Their skin is like it's only bluish. It's not rotted yet or anything. And a demon stands in the middle of them, and she looks like the queen that you saw that you met actually. I don't know if Groth actually met the queen. I don't think he did. He was part of the second group, wasn't he?
No. Right.
So you do know who the Queen of Porthos is, but so she looks like the Queen of Porthos, and but the queen that you see in front of you is a queen that was a queen 200 years ago, and is long dead. So, but now she's completely different. She has long, looks like that image there, and she's looking over you and smiling and tilting her head. She's like, "Awaken, little wizard. My name is Grand Duchess Lilith. You have been selected by your friends to join them on a great quest. These
My
are
friends.
your friends. I'm sure you know of this white gorilla creature.
Everything's blurry. I don't know where I am. Where's the rest of them?
Well, they've already gone on your underway, but you were fairly injured, and it took me a while to get rid of the burns. So, but you seem to be okay now. My 2 friends, here, my brothers actually, they have given you something. They have a gift for you. And you notice to your right and your left are these huge griffins, black griffins, glowing greenish eyes. They have 3 eyes, 2 right here and 1 in the middle of their forehead, and big bat-like horns that stick out the back of their heads. They walk over to you and then they hand you a book, and they go, "Here, this is a gift for you. Groth is your name."
That's correct, monster.
Jax, calling me a monster. Jack starts to cackle with laughter. This is a spell book. We have determined that you have an affinity for magic. So, as the queen resurrected you and gave you back skin and strength, and you feel strength in your bones. You feel better than you felt since another wizard blew up a pyramid around you and knocked you out.
Right.
So yeah, you owe us nothing. Just follow your friends. They're on a quest to find us great magical items for the queen. I can promise you more where this came from. And they point at the book in your hand. More power for you, Groth. So you spend the next few days, unless you want to say something else to this menagerie. So
No. So Groth is just thinking about all the stuff that they went through, how he was half dead, and he's just wondering what happened to Bahamut and the party, why they left him. So he has that inner dialogue of what the hell happened, and he's kind of getting angry at that he had to be brought back by monsters instead of his friends.
You can ask the demon duchess if you want what happened. If you'd like. Do you want to ask her?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to know what's going on, and if she has an explanation for where the hell they are.
She stretches.
Why the hell?
She stretches and gives you like a luxurious pose, accentuating her breasts and making you see her body. And then she says, "Well, I sent them on a mission. They didn't exactly leave you here. That gorilla creature handed you over to us, and for us to heal you. Apparently, his abilities were not enough to make you better. The paladin Bellerfon is no friend of ours, and he escaped. And crossed the ocean. And then Reddington married me and took over the kingdom. He is the thieving rogue that was with you.
Well, I'm actually thinking about the Belleron's group, with Ephialtes and all of them, all the heroes.
Yeah, that's what she's telling you. Bellerophon left. Oh, Ephialtes. I think there are a few others with him. A dinosaur, Krill.
Yes, that's
a foul-smelling dwarf, and and a few others. I think they're gone. No, they left. They left like cowards with their tails between their legs, and of course they abandoned you. And you are now here in my city. And she helps you up and walks you over to the window so you can look outside and you see the mass of Porthos, the city of Porthos, which you've been to before. Back in the day before you were arrested, you've seen the city, and it seems to be back to itself. It's no longer a floating dreadnought. The actual city is back where it used to be, but there's something wrong. It doesn't look like it used to. Like before, it was this giant, like Las Vegas thing, with like fountains, and it was gorgeous. The buildings that used to be white are black now, and the people don't walk around like before. There's no sounds anymore from the city. You don't hear the crowds. Now you see basically people walking around aimlessly. You see scary things, like terrifying looking things running from alley to alley. There's a completely different air to this city than there used to be. Okay, it's like COVID-19. The city, not what it was before.
So, as a gravedigger, Groth was accustomed to being around the dead, but this is a little different. This seems, it's not what he expected.
Well, there was a wizard called Caliban Hyde. He killed most of the city, so I had to put it back together as best I could. And this is as best I could.
I'm sure the city thanks you.
They better. And she smiles. And then she puts her hand on your arm, and she like massages it a little bit and walks out of the room, leaving you with the two birds. And do you have any more questions before we leave you, Groth? You need strength. Take the time. Learn the book. And when you are done, let us know. We will send you to meet your friends.
I'm ready now. I think I've learned all I need to.
Fine. Jax, the larger of the two griffins, walks over to you. And this one, you notice, is a little more muscular than the first one. And it doesn't seem, and has a few more scars on it. He doesn't seem as friendly as the one that was talking to you. He puts his hand on your forehead, his massive meaty paw on your forehead, and then you see everything start to vanish, and around you, he disappears, and when you realize it's happening, is that you're actually disappearing, not your surroundings. You're disappearing. You're going somewhere else. As you go through time and space, you can actually see the city below you, passing over you, and as actually you pass over the city and you wind up hundreds and hundreds of miles away near this huge mountain, okay, that's covered in mist. Okay, and as you hover through them, as basically go through time and space, you land in a grove, in the woods, in this dark ass forest in the woods, and you suspect that you hear some noise, a little noise off in the distance over to the west. You suspect those are probably your friends.
All right, so I grab my staff and I head towards the noises to investigate.
Okay. So you start walking through the woods, and as you move through the woods, you see a procession, essentially. A whole group of people heading towards an altar. And
not again.
I'll start. Basically, there's a whole bunch of people in armor, and they have a woman, and she seems to be strapped. She's all in white, and she seems to be strapped, and these knights are all around her, and they're surrounding her, and they're heading towards this altar. Are you going to move out of the woods, or are you going to hide from this group? What do you see?
I'm going to hide from the group and observe a little bit more.
Okay.
See if I can see anybody I recognize or anything. Get a good vantage point.
All right. I'm going to jump over to the other group real quick, and then you'll meet right up to them in a second. Hold on a sec. map. I'm going to remove these. These things and bring out your new tokens. 1 second.
Wunderbar.
Everybody will get pretty tokens in a little bit. Right into the blood dagger. Where's the old humanite? Alright, you guys are stuck in a mist. Okay, you notice that you're in the woods. You can see that mountain stretching up ahead of you. Colgar, Reddington, Suzura. This mist basically starts to surround all of you guys, and you start losing sight of each other. Suzura just vanishes in that mist, grumbling.
Sleeping?
Yes, John.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I need to shut this off really quick. There was something I was gonna give to Suzura, and something else I was gonna tell her before. As soon as we got off the snake, but we ended last time.
Okay, so just hold it till the next time she plays.
Okay.
If that's okay. I mean, if you want to hand her something,
No,
but she disappears into the mist. She vanishes into the mist, and you'll see her next game. The three of you together, you see this mist basically crowding you. What do you guys do?
Stay close, brothers. We must not be consumed by it. The mist tries to shroud our way.
Okay, so
let us move forward.
You start heading towards the mountain. You can move your characters.
Yes.
All right.
I start flying up high to see if there's end towards the mist.
Okay, as you start to fly high, the mist starts to basically crowd around you, Reddington, and you start to realize you're starting to lose your sense of what's up and down. The deeper you go into the mist, the more difficult it is. So you can still vaguely see the ground below you. So are you going to keep going up into that mist?
I say, Reddington, it's better if you come down. We can use this rope to keep track of one another. And he pulls from his pack 50 feet worth of rope, which we can all hold on to.
So you start passing out the 50
You were always full of good ideas.
Right.
Yes.
I start to slowly go down and try to reach for the rope he's talking about.
Okay. So I'm going to describe. I'm going to read to you the little passage here. Okay. It says normally this module would have 4 days. You have traveled through the dark, but you guys got here about 2 minutes ago. So for minutes you have traveled through the dark, brooding forests and across the desolate, wind-swept moors. All about you is the endless gray, either the cold mists hanging on the valley floors or the dark clouds piling atop the bare, craggy peaks. Your destination is Hirot, a lonely village set at the foot of the Troll-Tooth Mountains, with its promise of a warm hearth and good company. Until then, your only companions are the ravens that circle overhead and the howl of distant wolves in the night. Your reverie is broken by muffled screams and the sight of shuffling forms ahead in the mist. So that's what you hear and you start to see in the mist what it just described to you. Some shuffling forms.
Let us go meet these residents then. I am going to make my way towards these images, these shuffling.
You see the same altar that Groth is seeing, and I'm going to add him. He's in the woods. It's a little further up here. You're like in here, Brian. So you're in the woods. You don't see the group yet, Brian. You do see the procession that's heading towards those standing stones. The three of you also see it as the mist is starting to part while you head towards the standing stones. I'm going to describe the procession for you. Okay, grim peasants, their dirt-lined faces drawn with fear, emerge from the gloom. All bear crude weapons, wood axes, staffs, pitchforks, and long knives. The mob drives a raven-haired woman before them. Gagged and bound with thick rope, she squirms and fights them with every step. Trailing the mob are solemn figures astride war horses, the telltale glint of armor flashing beneath their wolf-skin cloaks. Okay. I'm not going to put them in the map, but Use Theater of the Mind if you want to put a knight there to represent them. So this is going to be Theater of the Mind solo encounter. Let me find a quick a knight for you guys to represent the Jarl.
So I put the hood over my face, just enough so that the shadows will hide the obvious decay. And I
apologize,
I
Felipe.
approached.
That was about that situation I told you about.
Okay. So you guys see this group.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Felix, you're not here, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
But I'm sorry because I don't want to miss stuff. So
Don't worry about it. So what do you guys do?
Ask
So
is
I
the sky clear?
The sky is clear now. It has the mist is parting around you and in the sky. You can now see the mountain above you in the sky. It's twilight, almost nighttime.
Okay, I like to fly a little closer to see from like just enough above to they don't see me or they could be as some oddity flying from the sky.
Okay.
I grabbed
I can see them.
Like, let's just give this a moment before you start flying around. We might be able to work this in our favor.
Oh,
That's
yes.
why I'm trying to scout ahead to see what we're dealing with.
Okay, you see exactly
It's
from
very
the sky. You don't see anything more. You do see a town nearby. I will open up so you can see the town. This is a representation of Hirot. Okay, so further away is a town. This is an entire town over here. Okay, so
All right,
this is not a battle map. This is more of a map. Okay, so
all right. So what do I do? I see any details from like up above that I couldn't from down there?
no, you see a group of commoners, about 35 of them. You can count them. Each one is carrying makeshift weapons. They look like they're gonna go freaking kill Frankenstein. Okay, they're ready to go burn things, but they look solemn. They don't look freaking ready to go kick some ass. You see 7 guys in full armor, chainmail, and on war horses. These guys look pretty impressive. Okay? They're carrying long swords and bows. And then there's their leader. It was this big dude, also wearing armor, a little larger than the others, and big black beard, angry looking fucker. And then they got a girl. So she's saying, "Oh, look, a cat." they got a girl.
Oh my god, so cute!
The black cat. So they have a girl with
Keep
black
showing
hair
that cat might be
who is
good.
fighting them. She's tied up and they're taking her to the standing stones, to the altar there, and she's fighting them. She's basically pulling away from them. They look solemn. They don't look like they're very happy to be doing what they're doing, but they look resolute. They haven't noticed you.
I as Kolgar the Sundered, I use my hood to shroud my face so they cannot see the decay, and I approach.
Ryan, you see a group entering from the west and the east. I'm sorry, and you recognize them. You see Kolagar, who died on the ship, who you thought was dead. You see the white gorilla, the Ultrahumana, and you see Reddington, Blood Dagger, the rogue. That was what the powerful rogue. And the rogue seems to be flying, hovering above.
Reddington.
So, what do you do?
You friends, where are we? I go over to them.
You can control Groth if you want. Pull them down to the group if you want to put them down. So you guys are still further enough away from that party that some of them are starting to notice you. Okay, but they look solemnly at you and they look miserable, man. They don't look like they're going to really do much of anything. They're just continuing their procession over to the standing stone.
Groth, you're doing better, my friend. Have you been healed completely?
Yes, I feel much better now. What have we got ourselves into this time?
It looks like another incident.
Oh, it is something very interesting.
None of these people have been to his boat, Jonathan.
I know.
I move up.
So,
excuse me.
As you start to make your way to the procession, John, you notice this massive thing that you hadn't noticed before rise out of basically a hillock in front of you. This is basically a hilled territory, so there's little hillocks everywhere. and this large thing wearing a helmet with horns on it, basically rises from the hillock and looks at you with a big old helmet and like these little tiny beady eyes from inside the helmet. Okay, it's carrying a huge axe. Okay, and it looks very interested in you. I'm going to bring it out.
This is interesting.
Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay, that thing. It comes out of the hillock, looks over at you and reaches one arm at you, and then says,
Ooh, a rare scruffy. I snatch.
Excuse me, as he politely
I snatch him up.
"Go for it. You gonna roll to snatch him?"
Yeah.
Use the rules that I used. You
I
can
break
try
free.
and resist the snatch if you want, John, but you're not gonna roll a 1d20. You're gonna roll a 1d16.
Are you freaking kidding me? Oh man!
What is this?
You guys all see this huge like ogre, basically the size of an ogre creature. Basically, they step out from behind the hillock.
Okay. So.
Bloodstone. The last thing you remember is having a mountain dropped on you, and everything after that was hazy. You just woke up here in this haze, and there's flashes of memory, memory between then and now. This happened. This was maybe a year or two ago, actually, and you were under that mountain, and you remember a giant red dragon. The color is red, but he wasn't red. He was shiny. And you tried to catch him for your thing, and he slapped you away. He's like, no, because you tried to put him into your pack because he thought he was fluffy. And he said no, and then he did something magical to you, and sent some images into your head, and the images told you of this humanite thing, this gorilla here. You saw it. You saw all the people you see around you, actually. And not the people walking towards the altar behind you that you've been watching, but the people around you, and you got the urge to join them, and then you woke up.
Felipe,
Go ahead and roll initiative.
No, you surprise attack.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a mighty deed. I'm gonna kung fu grip him to the point where all it is his little head coming out. So okay, it works. And
John, it's a strength check.
You gotta put a slash. You gotta put a slash, John. Slash and then roll 1d16.
Okay, so is Felix a bad guy? Is he a monster, or is he, another? Is that his character?
This is his character.
We don't know.
All right,
That is his character.
I'm tempted to start casting spells, man.
Just
I'm
roll
gonna start
with it.
casting spells on whoever I see. So.
You can. You do whatever you got. This giant creature just reached out for the humanite.
You can try.
ooh, critical.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Felix, you roll
That is a
1d24 for a strength check against.
Oh, okay, 1d24.
Good enough. Crit is fine.
That's still a crit, though.
You're not planning on hurting him, right?
No. I'm just like doing like what he did with the bird. Like he can't.
He's gonna break the spine.
So let's roll for a crit.
He's gonna do the same thing he did to the elf.
Roll for crit, dude.
He's gonna break the elf's spine again.
And
What's your critical table?
1d30, 5, and the last one.
Which crit table is it?
5.
Okay, number 5. Go ahead, roll
He's
one.
gonna break the elf's spine again.
Let me roll on my thing.
It's the elf all over again. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna smack you with this blade hard enough to break your spinal cord.
A 2, but
Nice.
Okay,
but I
2?
think I roll. Yeah.
Okay, no, see, it's not going to happen because you grabbed him, but you grabbed him. That would have been a damaging thing. So you grab him, and you guys see these huge, outlandishly large mitts close around the humanite, and this creature picks him up, and the only thing showing is his head. So
He's like,
you are completely immobilized, John.
I got you, Scruffy. Now I get to love you and hug you and touch you all night long.
So That's what you see.
And
you're
I-
rare. You what? And you
Felix,
got
describe yourself.
you got such a big brain.
Most of these players,
He,
this is the first
he
time they
looks
see
like a huge barbarian. He looks like he's giantkin, like he could be related to a giant. He looks like a big barbarian. He has like chainmail furs. He has a tiny little horn helm on top of his big head, and he has a huge battle axe that's probably like good 8 feet long.
Oh,
And the blade is huge. Yeah, big battle axe. And he's holding it like it's nothing, like it's a twig. He looks like something like he's not running on all firing on all cylinders.
There's great
but he
magic
looks like-
around him.
but
Groth.
he-
You can
yeah,
sense
but he-
great magic around him. This is some kind
But
of
he's
cursed being.
Yeah, but he's like giant kin, like he's huge, like Yeah, you actually when he grabbed the humanite, you saw birds flying off his shoulders. He had like little birds perched on him like he's a tree.
Yeah.
They constantly perch on him. So he's like, you have
Just so you guys know, this is a 30-year-old character from our old campaign that we played when we were kids and teenagers. So he's just been updated and brought in. So
you have
he actually did appear in Felix's campaign a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
As an NPC.
Can you talk? Are you smart?
Release me, you
Talks. He's even more rare. Oh, this is great.
Release me before I irradiate you.
The rest of you see this.
What's that?
What are you going to do?
What's that?
Nothing good.
What's
I'm
radiation?
sorry. Your fate has been sealed by the gods, it seems. You will be that thing's pet
He's like,
for eternity.
you. He goes to Koligar. He's like, you smell like a broken Scruffy. He pulls out a
Scruffy.
He
He is a rare, self-repairing Scruffy.
So he goes like this. He pulls out like a little dead goblin. He's like, yeah. But you move. How do you move? The broken ones, they stop moving. But I didn't break
Koligar-
it. It broke by itself. I didn't know what happened.
He lifts his hood and you can see that he has a very, very long smile. Like his skin is cracked around his jawline. So his smile has been very wide. So he's like, I have been given the gift of living a life after death. Hades has allowed me to live again. Good job.
Who's Hades? Who's
You
Hades?
do not know Hades, the
Can he
god
pick
of death.
He could fix my broken Scruffies?
Yes.
Perhaps
They break. I don't know who did it. Was it me? But I like you, Scruffy. And he picks up Koligar. He's like,
Oh!
he's like,
You hear the crackle of his bones. Oh!
he's like,
I
you're friends. You're friends. Friends. Yeah, you kiss.
Stop.
No!
Discontinue this madness. Release me at once.
Reddington and Groth, you guys can do anything while the giant is playing with your two friends.
We all,
John, Slider, you're going to try and resist the grab?
What?
I will attempt to free myself.
All right, you roll a 1d16. Felix, you roll 1d24.
Okay.
Calm yourself, friends. He doesn't seem dangerous.
Koligar,
I will free myself.
Koligar, you
Your
sense that what
legs
you're
aren't going
resisting
numb.
is magic.
My strength. I don't think I have much. Let me take a look.
I rolled a 23.
If he rolls a 20.
Yeah, because I rolled a 18 and I got a +5.
Okay. So the only way he can get out is if he rolls a 20. A real 20.
There's no hope there. I only have a +1.
You have to roll 16.
Ah!
What'd you roll? No. You tried. You valiantly, man. You tried. You tried valiantly. You actually felt it in Bloodstone, but not enough. So, Groth and Reddington, what are you guys doing?
I can feel my shattered bones. Free me!
You broke
Before you shatter the zealots or the clerics of bones and make a mess of the his name? Corrupt? No, Ultra Humanite. Before you
The who?
accidentally
The what?
break their bones,
Groth, run!
may you please
Run!
put them down for a moment, just for a moment.
You
Reddington,
say
you may roll a intelligence check. Reddington.
All right.
you saying Bloodstone break?
I'm not a scruffy.
No. I not say you break things. I'm just saying that they break themselves sometimes.
Groth,
Yes,
you doing something?
They break
Spell
all
check.
the time.
You roll high.
What was that?
They break.
Yes, it's unfortunate.
Jonathan,
Bones
roll
break
an
all the
intelligence check.
All right, guys. So what I just did,
it's
did
not
something, right?
Hold up.
I summoned a pet. I summoned like a big dog, so that it can entertain the beast instead of my friends, right? So I summoned a dog.
Okay, roll 1d6.
All right.
Ah! My spinal cord! I'm reliving my death again!
Jonathan, you failed.
Yep.
I definitely don't want to die.
You rolled a 3, Brian. Okay, this dog, the skeleton of this dog appears first. Then the organs start appearing around inside of it, and they knit together. And then the skin grows, and then the animal appears. So a dog appears, comes out of the ground, right in front of you guys. An actual fluffy, real one.
But it's really big too.
And I like this. I'm like, we're gonna.
It's a big sized dog, so he can't crush it right away. It's like, here, beast,
Kolagar,
a new friend for you.
Kolagar's like waving his hands back and forth. My spine!
He's like, you stink.
Oh!
You put him down.
He takes the dog. He's like, oh, it's so nice. He starts petting it and like really hard.
At this point, the crowd that's been making its way
Just
towards.
let me go and stick to the dog.
He pets it. He pets it like he's like it's rolling. Let me roll it. He pets it.
You don't have to. It's okay. The dog it's crying as he pets it, and it's trying to get away. It's trying really, really hard to get away.
My spine is like spaghetti! Oh!
He let down Kolagar because he smells a little like a dead Scruffy. So he starts rubbing the dog, and he's like, "No, you're special."
The procession that you guys saw heading toward the altar, they kind of halted when they saw this exchange between you guys and the giant. And so they're like, what the fuck is going on here? And then they're like, and then the Jarl turns to his thanes and he's like, no, finish this. And then they grab the woman who's struggling harder than ever, and they drag her over to the altar and they start tying her down at the altar.
They're trying to call a big scruffy. We must go before you miss out on your chance.
What? What happened?
Put me down. We need to go over there.
He put you down,
they're
right?
calling a very big scruffy.
Over where? No, I put down Kolagar first. He really likes
Okay,
the altar.
you still have the
Well, I'm pointing in the direction of where they're tying up the woman, and I say, I think they're calling a big scruffy. If you put me down, we must go now.
I take you with me.
Yeah, you better put me down. You don't have that.
He's like, he looks at the dog. He's like, I save you for later. He puts him in the backpack.
Are you kidding me?
No. He puts the dog in the backpack.
You guys hear the dog howl as he falls into. As it sounds like he's falling a long distance when he goes into the backpack.
You're special.
So I'm looking through my book to see the way to summon the dog.
I'm gonna call you George.
The humanite has a name.
We are.
Groth is reading very fast. He's trying to see something to unsummon because he don't feels bad.
He feels bad about the dog. I think you can unsummon it. You can just go ahead and do it. Just say I unsummon and it will disappear.
Yeah, he hits the staff from the floor. I mean, he's not the monster's not gonna know, so it doesn't matter.
The spell that you cast, what is it called? Animal summoning. Do you have like? I mean, is there anything that happens? Are you connected to the? Hold on, I'll just read it. Invokes.
No, it's a mundane animal. It really doesn't do anything. It's
Okay. No, I want to know if you can see what it sees, but no, you can't. It doesn't say anything about that. Okay, so you can see what happens when it was tossed into that bag. Okay, so the Thane, the Jarl is looking at you guys. He's looking at you guys, and like all the Thanes around him, they all got their hands on their weapons, and they're looking at you. The village people, the people in the village people, they're crying, but they look pretty solemn, like they have to do this, but they're looking over at you guys wearily, but they don't seem to have a problem.
I approach all of them.
Okay, who are you approaching?
I
The
keep my
guards or
hood on
the
and I
village
approach.
people?
I am approaching the guards.
Okay, there's 7
Hello.
Thanes, all on horseback, all fully armed.
You look like you strong.
The Thanes are like,
Hello.
Why?
when they see the giant coming, they bristle. They're like, oh shit, they're ready to fight. They basically, all 7 of them, they get into formation. They basically get into a line right in front of you on their horseback, blocking you from the altar. I have 6 of them. One of them is actually taking the girl up to the altar and tying her up and putting her there. The Jarl yells out to you, who goes there? Please do not interrupt this.
You going to get the Great Scruffy? You talk to the Great Scruffy too?
I am Kolagar the Sun.
Give me a moment to speak to them. I can find out about a Scruffy for you.
What is this?
You can speak.
Ritual.
I got you right here.
What god?
Fine.
You have come to the cursed village of Hirot, friend Koligar. And he looks over at the giant, and he's like, and whatever that is. And
but he's a special Scruffy right here. See, I love him.
This is something. He keeps looking like back and forth from Koligar and Bloodstone. Like he shouldn't be talking to the giant, but he's fascinated. He's like, what the fuck is happening? And he turns back to Koligar. He's looking under your hood, man. Like he's like, do you have a skin condition?
I'm keeping my.
He once had the plague.
He's a broken Scruffy.
Very dreadful. Yes.
It is not plague.
But I survived.
As soon as you said the plague, like half all the villagers you see, like they're like, oh, they start mumbling amongst themselves, and they start backing away from Koligar. And what is the Jarl? He takes a couple steps away, and now the guards are like, oh, like whatever they're tasked with, they don't seem to be happy doing. It became worse.
Koligar makes a wide grin from which they could see the slight glint of his ripped up teeth, and he's like, well, I am very curious about this ritual and the god you are doing this for. Please illuminate us.
No god, Koligar. This is not being done for God. Our village is cursed. The Hound of Hirot has awoken.
I found a doggy before. He's in the backpack.
He's like,
I might get you a better doggy.
They're like, oh, okay. And he's like, he turns back to Koligar. The Hound of Hirot has awoken. It has been killing our people for the last few months. Every night, it takes 1 or 2 of us. So we have regrettably created a way to stop it from killing groups of us per night. And this is what we've done. A lottery has been created, and she drew the lot. This halts the creature for a few days, and it will not attack the town as long as it has blood.
No.
Or they keep on doing that until all of you are dead?
Pretty much.
He's like, we were once 300. We are now 200. Barely.
Could you not use animals or other living things?
We have tried. We have tried to kill the creature. Whenever we come close to killing it, it dissolves into a black liquid and disappears. Returns a few hours later, more powerful than before.
He whispers. The ultra-humanite whispers to the giant, that's a Scruffy that fixes itself. Super rare.
My good friend.
We ask that you not interrupt this.
He's like batting away your hand.
I believe that what he was asking is that have you tried animals for sacrifice?
No.
Or generally,
Yes.
anyone else that's not your people for sacrifice.
Can I have your name, Hovering One?
Reddington, Blood Dagger.
Ready. Your name is Ready. The Thane looks around at the group around him, and all of them are like, "What? We've heard of a Reddington. Are you not King of Porthos?"
You're a
I
king.
am.
You're a special script. You're a king too. I know the king.
Why
I
did
know.
you not introduce yourself as such? And every time you start talking, Bloodstone, the Thane takes a few steps back and looks at you he's trying to talk to the people that can speak, but he looks at you like terrified and takes a couple steps back every time you speak.
The king,
Well,
he wished
I wanted to know what exactly was going on before I started introducing myself.
Yes.
We just
He is a lord of darkness.
Isn't the king
Quiet.
Bellyfont? I know Bellyfont.
Bellerophon
Yes, he was the king.
Bellerophon was king before. This is the usurper, giant.
A what?
Very much so.
He is the king that took over after the other king left.
I serve stuff too. See, because they say I serve my soup too much.
Well, Your Highness, we're
I-
honored to have you here, but this is not the greatest condition that you will see our village in.
Excuse me.
I was at first passing through, but now I'm more concerned about this hound.
And then they
What
finally
else do you
notice.
know?
They finally notice John. They're like, "What is that?" They point at the gorilla.
He is a special scruffy. He's very smart. He knows a lot of things, and he knows a lot of words too. And look,
He is from Calandra.
A monkey.
Calandra? Is that like
Tell me,
France?
It's a kingdom of
It's-
mages. Mages that do strange things.
wizard, you're a wizard, scruffy.
I would call it
no,
more
I'm
like
not a wizard.
Germany,
Sure.
because everyone there is always angry.
Okay. So the Jarl is like,
They don't
"Well,
have scruffies.
we are going to return now to the village. We'll leave her here to meet her fate.
How big is the Hound of Hirot?
Wait here long enough, and you will see it, creature."
Yes. Can we take it? Can we have it?
Respectful.
I want it.
Our giant would like to see your hound.
Where's the giant?
It is not our hound, Koligar. It is a
He
curse
means
upon,
you.
upon our village.
Who?
Do you know where the curse originated?
They think you're a giant.
Who?
I do
You.
not personally know where the curse originated from,
You?
Your Highness.
Oh.
You're
But
kind of small, scruffy.
Stop.
I don't think we'll be able to defeat this monster.
But I will appreciate if, unless you're here to, I actually would appreciate if you left and did not interfere with our village or with what's happening here, Your Highness.
It depends. Does the hound interfere with others that cross the town?
If you stay here long enough, it will.
So it is attempt to attack visitors just as much as the village folk.
Again, if you stay here long enough, you will meet the hound. If you remain here at the Standing Stones, you will meet the hound. I humbly ask you to continue on whatever quest you are here for. I imagine you're going up to the mountain, Mount Taish,
Yes.
to search
There
for the
are
same
people-
treasures everyone does. I will point out to you they never come back. All who go up there.
Actually, I searched for a fugitive there. He's probably there for those treasures.
We've heard screams coming down from the top of the mountain in the last few days. We don't know
Yes,
if this-
that sounds like the fugitive.
We don't know if this is connected to the hound, but we can guess that it is. Perhaps your fugitive was the one who woke the hound.
That's part of the reason why I'm concerned about it.
You see another rider right up next to him, dude in robes. Looks like he may be some kind of mage. He's a Weasley-looking, wretched-looking fucker. He whispers something in the Jarl's ear, and the Jarl turns. You are a guest in our town. You may go in. You may spend the night on the house. Then I ask that you continue on your mission, on your quest. So I bid you adieu. He turns, and him and all 6 of his Stains leave, and the villagers start to disperse slowly. That girl is tied up, and she's looking over you. She's like her eyes are bloodshot, and she's looking over you like untie me.
Can we just cut her down?
Like,
I would do it, but I'm a little occupied.
It's all right. You just take it. I grab her chain.
Do you do it while these people are here, Felix? Do you do it while the Jarl and the Thanes are here, or do you wait for them to leave?
I'll wait for them to leave.
Okay, so as the town leaves, everyone turns their back. They disappear into the mist, the direction where they told you the town is, and then you release the girl. She's like, and now she's really fucking terrified.
I grab the chains and I go like this.
You smash them like nothing.
Yeah.
You may go ahead and roll just to see if there's a chance you fail. If you roll a 1 or something.
All right.
You're strong enough to change it.
By the 9.
Crawler. I rolled a 9, but I got a +5. So
it's good enough. He breaks the chains and releases the girl. Then she's like, oh. And she doesn't know if she's looking up at him as he lifts her up, and she looks terrified, even more scared now than she did before. She doesn't know what to say.
Just give him a moment. He'll realize you're not a
She's doubly scared of you. She's like,
nice.
Yes, I'm a talking gorilla.
She's looking over at Groth, who is the only normal-looking person here. Like her eyes are like imploring, like help. She's not saying anything. She's like, help.
Where do you want to go? Why you need help?
By me.
Before
She
the
is saying her eyes are saying it. She's looking at terror at Groth.
Yeah.
So I kind of like go up to her and I pull her close to me, and I kind of hide her behind me so that she doesn't get taken by.
No, but she's in Bloodstone's arms.
She's still there. So, didn't she get released from the chains?
What's your name?
Yeah, he picked her up.
Well,
like the.
He's doing a King Kong thing right now.
What's your name?
Let her go, and I'll give you another friend to play with.
You're real pretty.
Groth is talking to you, Peter.
Huh?
Bloodstone. Give that one to me, and I'll give you another friend to play with.
You want to trade?
I'll trade with you. What animal do you like?
I like this scruffy over here.
Shows you the annoying-looking gorilla, white gorilla.
You keep that one, and let me play with the other one.
Finders keepers.
How dare you? I am not a toy. Let me go immediately.
It's all right. I'm gonna put you in a safe place.
Oof.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, I was about to text you to do it. Okay, as the humanoid falls into the bag, you start.
I was trying to grab on. Can I make a roll?
Yeah, you can roll to hold on to the edge. Go for it.
Oh my god!
I was about to text you, Felix. Throw him in the bag. He did it right before I texted you. I was literally picking up my cell phone. Felix told him in the bag.
Felipe, what do I roll? Is this
roll agility?
Agility or what?
Agility.
I don't want to lose that scruffy.
He attached himself to the humanite.
Hey, Felipe, can you reset my token?
Your what?
My token?
Reset the token?
Yeah.
Okay. So remove him and get another one? I'll get the new one. Okay. I see. Groth. There you are, sir. So, Groth is a new token. So, Felix, I have a website that shows that that you can now make tokens. So I'm going to turn everyone into tokens. So,
All right.
so including the monsters. This is just a keeper
Yeah.
for the.
Okay.
That's not what I meant to do.
Let me know when you need to switch him again, Brian. I don't think that worked. He's not moving.
Thanks.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, you rolled a 17, right, John?
16.
A 16.
rolled
Okay,
16.
that is enough to hold on to the edge. So you feel Bloodstone and feel that the humanite is struggling out back there to not go into.
They always try to hold on.
Roll to hit him. Roll to hit him.
Oh my god!
Tyler's gonna love this guy.
I completely forgot how much I missed Bloodstone.
A 19 plus 5.
19 plus 5. Okay, you're not hitting the damage. You're hitting the stun.
No. I know. I'm like slapping him till he can fall in because everything tries to get out.
John, you roll another one.
Oh my god! Let me down this instant.
Okay, John, the humanite finds himself falling and falling and falling. You see darkness, and you land on the ground somewhere, and around you seems to be a village. Again, just like this one, covered in mist, and people start coming out of like houses, and they have like their eyes are bloodshot eyes. They all look tired. They look like long suffering people. Okay, they're coming out of their village and they're looking at you like another one. This one is strange. You realize there's an entire town down here. That is built in
There's a city with battlements and everything.
that built itself. All you see is right now is the town. He doesn't see the rest of the city.
Oh yeah.
Just missed.
So tell me, why are all of you here? Did you get captured by that lumbering simpleton?
No.
They call him the beast.
You mean the creature?
Yeah.
The beast. No.
Yeah, they got all kinds of.
No, friend, you are honored to be brought in here by him. I am third generation. It was my great grandfather who was captured.
Oh my god!
So you mean to tell me he captured your grandfather, dropped him in here, and all of you made lives here?
My grandfather. You can't see around you? Okay, you start looking around you, you see through the mist that there's lights. There's a city that keeps going as far as your eyes can see. And there's these great walls around the city, basically, that surround it. They're like creatures.
Tell me, have any of you tried digging through the floor?
No.
Is there a section where this ends?
There would be no reason. No, you don't know where you are, do you?
As far as I can tell, I was dropped into a bag.
They're all mumbling amongst themselves. You're on the wrong side of the wall, sir. We are people. You are one of them. And he points to the other side of the wall. You can see that there's trees as far as back there, but the trees move, and you see eyes, and every now and then you see a wing disappear behind the trees, and tentacles, and a head, multiple heads, some ungodly looking things. No, sir.
Are you trying to say I'm a wild creature? And as he looks him dead in the eye, some mindless beast that does nothing but terrorize and eat people? Is that what you're trying to say?
He's like, guards! And then you hear the call for guards going throughout the entire city. Okay, and we'll leave you down there.
Tell me how to get out of this town.
We'll leave you down there for now. So the rest of you are back outside with the girl. Bloodstone has the girl.
What's your name? I am Bloodstone.
Bloodstone.
Is she broken?
No, Bloodstone. She's not broken.
She's shaking in fear. She's like, my name is Morgan.
Morgan.
Morgan Le Fay, like
She's
the
like-
legends of yore.
She looks at you like, who? She's like, no, Morgan Haverson. I am the daughter of the tavern keeper, Bull. My father, they had to restrain him to stop him. I must get back to him. And she's starting to regain some of her courage, and she turns to the Bloodstone. She says, "Creature, please release me."
What?
Put her down.
Oh, okay.
What of the monkeys?
He seems to
Tell
listen
him
to
the bad.
Groth. So
I put her down. Like,
she's like she's wobbly. Her feet are wobbly. You guys hear a howl, like the loudest wolf howl you've ever heard in your lives.
like doggies.
This thing like reverberates through the entire mountainside, and even Bloodstone. You want the furry, but something actually hits you like deep inside, and that's actually you're actually a little scared. Bloodstone, like wait, that's something else,
Ooh, it's different.
and something tells you guys you shouldn't be out here at night.
Sometimes they bite though.
And whatever this is not that far.
Well,
Do you have food? Bloodstone's hungry.
There's food at the town.
Yes.
Miss,
We must get out.
run before they realize you're out.
It was one howl. It
This
wasn't
is
many
a very
howls. It was just
intelligent idea.
one howl, and it was enough to scare the shit out of all of you.
Let's go. We could go to Mugen's house.
She's like, "Okay, follow me." And she starts making her way back to town.
this isn't going to go well. I may
How
be.
very dreadful it's gonna go.
Rough.
Wait.
Whatever.
Stoneblood. What of the monkey that you threw in your pack?
Bloodstone.
You're going to take
Like,
up.
Who's Stoneblood? Are we related?
No, I would. What you? I meant. Whatever your name was, giant.
Bloodstone, he called it.
Bloodstone.
Yes,
Is-
I'm Bloodstone.
Reddington, you seem to
We need that
remember
monkey.
being told about this creature by Bellerophon once, like around a fire. Like when you were outside of Innsmouth. You guys had a long chat back when you were buddies. Before you betrayed him and banged his wife. And he told you about Bloodstone. So, and usurped his kingdom. He told you about Bloodstone. So you know a little bit about what you're dealing with. And this is an ancient creature that's mysterious, and not many people know what it is. And Bellerophon was a little scared
But
of it.
so the monkey that you threw in your pack. Is there any chance you can remove him?
He's mine, though.
Of course, he is.
I
He
found
was
him.
not here.
I found him. I find all the scruffies. All of
He is.
scruffies.
He is a dear friend to mine.
Yes, we want to play with him as well.
Yes,
He's
what
mine.
he said. He can be yours. Just have him outside to run a little.
I play.
Colgar
I have many. I have many. Look, he pulls out a hobgoblin, little ogre.
It's dead. It's dead. It's been dead a very long time.
Look, this one's goblin's still alive. He's like, see, you moved her little legs and the arm.
things start popping off the little goblins.
He shows the arms back into the body.
It does not.
That's
Into place. Yeah, once he slaps it in, you can see like half of it in, so like an elbow is, and the end of the elbow is sticking out. That's it. The rest of it's inside of his body, and you hear the crunch of it inside of his body. There's nothing wet in there anymore. It's dry.
He's
It's
still-
long dead, petrified.
He's still
You
he's
see,
still good.
Bloodstone?
You
Our
wanna-
friend, we don't want him to be a broken fluffy. So you should keep him outside so he can be a word.
No, I take care of him and I rub him, and I'm
Can
gonna
we
comb his
see
hair.
him? Could you
I
bring
comb his
him?
hair.
Korgar, you're still.
You guys want to try a charisma check on Felix's character?
Let me see what my
Charisma.
is.
I don't know what that is.
A personality.
Oh,
I do not know what charisma is.
All right,
You're
let's
a
see.
goddamn
No
monster.
personality.
Let Groth do it. He's actually human. So, Reigns could probably try it too.
So, all right, I have two options here. Train.
Are you
per
sure
skill
he's not like me?
Kuligar,
Ryan,
he
say
doesn't
something.
move like you.
In the character options, I have trained per skill and untrained per skill. What's the
What did you
difference?
say, Bloodstone?
Don't worry about that. Those are optional rules. We don't use them. So just
He's
use
got
your personality, whatever bonuses you have on personality.
The little broken goblin. See that he smells like you, but
Well, if
he
you roll
don't move
17,
like you.
okay.
Yeah.
Bloodstone. Felix. In the end, it's your choice. But Groth is very persuasive. This guy, you kind of like him, but not in the. He reminds you of someone from before. I'm not sure who, but whoever it was, this is somebody you kind of like, and you may actually listen to him.
You want to borrow my Scruffy?
I want to borrow your Scruffy.
Okay, but you gotta give me a Scruffy too because you gotta, you play my toys, I play yours.
Sounds good. I'll make you all the Scruffies you want.
Koligar.
Okay. All right.
Koligar
Okay.
scratches the side of his head and peels some skin off. He's like, "What the hell?"
I open up the flap and I reach down in there to go.
Okay. Meanwhile, inside the city, John has been tied up. Is being dragged by the village people. They got like torches around him. They're chanting. They're about to throw him over the side. And this giant hand comes out. And they go like, "Oh no!" And they all start running away from the hand. All these knights piss themselves and bolt. And the hand comes and grabs the humanite and shakes him a little, and then pulls him out. And then he's outside.
He's like, okay, 1 second. He's a little dirty. He takes out a brush and he starts brushing his hair. He does like a part down the middle, and then he brushes his back.
I'm fine. Release me immediately.
We know you gotta look pretty.
Let's take a 5 before you guys go to town. 5 minutes to go hit the restroom, to go pee, guys.
All right.
We'll continue. I'll put on a little music while that's happening.
Is it still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Thanks. I need that part.
I'll keep recording during the break.
All right.
There you go. A song.
funny, Felix. Now I understand what Uncle meant by you make people disappear. I horrifically eat their brains while you shove them into a freaking bag.
Another dimension.
Yep.
There's a whole story behind that dimension.
Oh yeah. Actually, your uncle he went in there with a team. It's got its own like world. It's its own world. Yep.
You should DM that again. I would love to go there. And eat brains.
He's about ready to do his campaign soon.
Yeah.
Good.
Can you try a Groth's new thing again?
Alright, Groth. Let's go get him.
Groth.
And
Ryan.
he fucks up everybody's names.
We're switching over to a different map anyway, so I'll put him over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Jonathan there?
I tried to make him a serious character when I first created him, and
That
it didn't work.
So
He's been like this for 30 years.
we turned him into a pretty major NPC in his game, and then he was a long-standing player character years ago. Alright, so let me get your characters.
I have to say that this is going to go very well. The Hound is definitely not going to raid this town in the middle of the night and kill most of the people. But then again...
It's going to terrorize everyone.
You guys pretty much made sure that the Hound's going to kill some people. So,
instead of making the situation better, we made the situation worse.
Indeed, we have.
It wasn't me.
I don't have nothing appears for Groth, Brian.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's going on.
It's probably taking a while to. As soon as it shows up,
It's because he wants his image to dance. Unlike the rest of us, he wants to dance.
Let's see if I wait for it.
All right. John, you're back? Okay, everyone's here? All right, so we'll pick up right there. All right, the village of Hirot.
I may not be...
The wooded moors give way to mist-laden fields. Ahead, up the narrow track, stands the village of Hirot. The village is defended by a low earthen rampart, topped with a wooden palisade. Behind the village, a causeway rises to a great hall resting atop a craggy ridge. Black hearth smoke hangs forlornly over the village, as if even the smoke were too frightened to venture beyond the village walls. Solitary figures give out a cry, and a long, mournful horn is sounded, echoing down the vale, declaring your approach to all. Okay, you have a 15-foot palisade in front of you. It's large enough to basically deter beasts, most raiders, but not Bloodstone. It's easily surmounted if you want to try and climb it, but there are people at the gate if you want to talk to them. There's a night watch. There's two guys there, and they're on the other side, and they look over at you from the other side of the gate. Morgan walks up to them, says something to them. They raise a cry to the rest of the town, let them know that there's some people coming in. And then the dude, the night watchman, he's a hawkish-looking man. He's got like a hawkish beard. He's got a big, long mustache and fierce-looking eyes. He's about 50 years old, and he doesn't seem like the friendliest fellow, but he welcomes you guys with a nod and opens the door. Let you in. He has 6 other soldiers with him who are part of the night watch, and they don't look too unfriendly. I mean, they just look like night watchmen. They look like security guards. So, let you guys in. Okay, I'm going to use 1 mini for the rest of you as you move around. If you guys want to do anything, I mean, separate from the group, just tell me and grab your character and move it somewhere else. Okay, as you come in, you can see to your right is a house. Where are you guys headed? Morgan, would you come to the tavern with me? I must see my father.
Yes.
Sure. Anyone wanting a drink?
We've already gone into this situation this deep. we might as well go all the way.
All right.
Wouldn't it have been more prudent to set a trap for the beast on the outside?
So she leads you guys. Again, I'm using the Reddington. The rest of you are with him. So as you walk through this, you guys can talk as you're walking through this area right here. Go ahead, John. You asked a question.
All right. First off, I am I'm walking on my own, or am I being held?
That's up to Bloodstone.
I after I brush him, I tell him, "Here, Roth, you can play with him now."
So he gave him to Groth. So Groth, you tried to pick. You're like, okay, you didn't really pick up the humanite. You can't lift him. He's huge. So you're like, okay.
I put him in his lap.
Okay. Morgan is leading you towards right here. When I put the Reddington mini, but it's not. You guys are like over here now, as you're walking there. So you can talk on the way.
Humanite.
So I push off the humanite from my lap. All right, you owe me a drink.
As soon as he's let go, he gets up. He's grumbling. He's got a very angry look on his face.
You owe me a drink.
Looks like his actual picture. You Ultra Humanite, you owe him more than that. You likely owe him.
Humanite, you're angry, but you're also fascinated with what happened to you. You essentially dropped into some kind of pocket dimension, and you were almost thrown, burned at the stake by villagers. And the city, there's some pretty cool stuff in that city. You saw the guards were heavily armored, and they had magical items on them, powerful shit that you saw on some of these guards. So, and then what you saw on the other side of the wall was terrifying. You've never seen creatures like that on the other side of the wall.
And as to refer to your original question, or your statement, really, that beast, unless we have someone like that giant dealing with it, well,
what giant? Where's he at?
Bloodstone. I want you to understand something. You are a giant.
Who?
You. Bloodstone is a giant.
You?
That means you.
No,
I am small compared to you. Yes. You are a giant. I am a human.
Who's
Bloodstone is a giant.
I knew of a giant one time. I knew of a giant once. His name was Kanye.
Oh,
thank you,
I know him.
He lost his mind.
Very nice.
I know him. I see him sometimes. You want to see him?
See
Kanye West. He sings. He's in the backpack.
I think it's a different Kanye. This is Kanye the Giant.
Okay, you guys don't engage in conversation with the guards as you pass them, right? You don't ask them anything?
No, we're pretty entertaining ourselves.
Okay. No questions about the Hound or anything?
I go over to the main old man guard that let us in.
Okay.
I start using a scope. I was like, do I sense any scruffies? A little fluffy.
They're like the ultimate scruffy is outside of town. You can feel something great and massive outside of town. A huge scruffy. Through Excalibur, you can actually sense something monstrous outside of town. And it followed you guys here. Excalibur. So yeah. You felt whatever it was trailing you guys into the town, and then it broke off. But you think Bloodstone in your brain of brains, because you are really good at this. You've done this many times. So you're also a little scared of this ultimate scruffy. Even you're a little, what the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. Your curiosity will bring you to it eventually, because you still want to catch it. But it's a little frightening, whatever it is.
Catch them all.
He's a
Pokemon.
big one, and he's scary. I think he was gonna bite, because sometimes they bite.
What are you talking about?
Well, Beast, we'll bite back.
Excalibur. It lets me know where all the stuff is.
Koligar, you're going to ask the guard something. The master of the watch something.
It's funny.
You let us in.
Yeah, the dude looks at you.
That was on the king's order.
I did.
You know the lady that passed through?
Yes. What you've done will cause nothing but trouble. You know this, right? But I will not stop you. We will not stop you.
Why? That confounds me. Why do you not stop us?
Because despite the Jarl's orders, we do not like seeing our people killed. She is a daughter of Hirot. She does not deserve that fate. The Hound is out there.
This beast.
Hold on, I gotta roll for rumors. Okay. The Jarl is working on a plan to defeat the Hound. We were giving him time to accomplish this task. You may have ruined this, but I still won't stop you, because I do not want to see little Morgan killed.
It is a shame to the Jarl.
Who's gonna kill Morgan?
That big scruffy you want to go get is actually...
He seems to see Bloodstone for the first time. He's like, oh, shit.
Hello.
He's like,
hi, I'm Bloodstone.
A creature about half your size.
That is the
giant, but deadly in power.
Where can we find the Jarl?
The Jarl is at his manor. His manor is on the outskirts of town. He points at the outskirts. It's at the back of the town. He points at this huge fucking hall in the back.
Maybe we can help him with this plan.
Give me a moment, Captain. Groth. Kolagar tries to pull Groth aside. Groth. I believe we should procure information. More about the Hound and the people before we move forward. I don't think a confrontation of y'all directly, immediately, would be tasteful.
I feel like it'll happen eventually. We might as well get all the information we can from him. I don't think they'll take kindly to save Jarl.
No, they won't.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry.
Which is why I think we should lay that the last event of the night. Those are my thoughts on that, Groth. He then turns away and goes right back over to the... without breathing in any natural way, he goes back to the guard captain and continues to ask him questions.
Go ahead. Ask a question.
So, are there any legends around this place? Any old tales that were thought myth?
I've heard something. One of the other guards chimes in. He says, I heard the Hound only slays sinners. Only sinners. You're a good person, the Hound will do nothing to you. You all look like sinners to me.
I find that highly doubtful since over 100 people have died already.
Tell me, the people you put on the post, are they all sinners?
Yes, what could poor Morgan have done?
She was part of the lottery. This is Nothan, the master of the watch. Morgan is continuing to watch. She's waiting for you, but she really wants to keep going. So she comes back and walks over to Reddington. He's like she realized that Reddington is the king, and she says, "Please go to the square. The largest building in the square is the tavern. My father will let you in, and he will feed you tonight, Your Highness."
All right.
And then she leaves.
We get yummies.
The square's over here. Okay, one of these buildings is the tavern. It's the largest one. So when you get there, I'll describe it. I'll tell you what it is. So you can continue your conversation with Nothan. Okay, so what was the question you guys asked?
Indeed.
What did Morgan do to what could poor Morgan have done to become a sinner?
She did nothing. He points towards the square. When you get to the square, you will see it. We conduct a lottery now of the entire town. We all put their names in there and we draw one. This is done every 3 days. If we give a person to the Hound every 3 days, the Hound does not kill every single night. And it won't kill one person. It will kill more than one. We can almost for sure, assuredly expect someone to die tonight because of what you've done.
Well, who did?
Tell me, how much information do you have on fighting this thing?
Not much than what I've just told you. According to Meeker here, it only slays sinners, and I know that the Jarl knows something, and he's planning to kill it. As much as I know.
Yes.
Good sirs.
Well, who gets the key?
Well,
What
do not
Bloodstone?
think us such saints, good Captain.
He takes a good
Oh,
look at you,
we do not-
Kolagar, and he's like, and he like recoils when he sees you, and he's like, I see.
He notices? Does he notice that I'm undead?
He notices something wrong with your freaking skin, so he recoils. We had heard things. We had heard that Porthos was different. I see that you came from there.
It
Especially
is.
since
It is now a city of undead. Yes,
this man here claims to be the usurper.
that I am.
I'm surprised that you're so open with
They all salute
that
Reddington.
information.
They all salute Reddington, and then go back to they're tired. You gotta salute. That's about all you get. These are tired, scared people.
Can you place my token there? I think it works now.
You got it. There it is.
So,
Yep, it's working.
but do not think us heroes. We did not have a choice in freeing that woman. Though we may have. The beast freed her.
Bloodstone's a hero.
Bloodstone. In a
Yes,
sense,
Bloodstone. You did good.
I saved the Scruffy, and I cleaned him, and I even let Goff pay with him.
Groth, I see you moving around. Are you breaking into somebody's house?
No.
Somebody's house.
Are we gonna get yummies?
You notice that this here is actually a shop.
Which one?
This is a shop.
Ooh, a store.
It's open. I go inside.
Okay.
All right, let's go forward to get food in the cabin.
Do I fit through the door?
Okay, so they're going into the shop right
I
now.
look over to Reddington.
You do not fit in the door. You
I
can
look over
stand
to
outside
Reddington.
and direct things, and you can make the door fit to you if you want to. So, this is the shop, the home of one of the craftsmen. It's a brewmaster. This guy, when you walk in there, you see all sorts of wonderful liquor everywhere.
Ooh, yummies.
He looks up at you guys. He looks tired, but he's ready to sell. He nods at Kolagar, who walks in first.
Hello.
Hello.
You are a brewmaster.
I am Gildebald, the brewmaster of Hirot. He's bald.
An interesting name.
Fat
you
and
have.
bald, dude. Who else walks in? Reddington left. He was heading to the tavern.
Yeah, I wasn't interested in this brewery either. Do they have anything else besides,
I ended up where
besides Bruce?
Okay, so you two are heading to the tavern. Are you going with them, Brian?
Yeah, they don't have anything else besides like brews and stuff inside
No,
this
just liquor.
shop, right? Yeah, I don't want liquor. All right, so going up.
I start before I pull out. I go and I pull out like an old fur from one of the dead animals they play with. He rips them off, and then he reaches his hand in through the door without breaking it, and he goes like this, and he puts it on the dude's head.
The guy is like,
dead hand.
he's too scared to do anything about it as you put the dead raccoon on his head, and it's like, he's like, okay.
I fixed him. Bloodstone's a
Excuse
hero.
our giant.
Your friend is huge.
And
And he
I
looks at you and he
glorify
sees that
myself.
you're also a little weird, Kolagar, and he's like,
Oh yeah. If anyone pays attention, I don't breathe ever. I never breathe.
we're separating the group, so these two are here, and then don't worry, I'll
I am
go to you
so
three in a minute, okay? Kolagar and Bloodstone.
Let's go get yummies.
So Bloodstone leaves also?
Come on,
I-
Cooligar. Yeah, I'm hungry. We gotta get yummies.
So Bloodstone
Move
leaves
it so we
Kolagar.
get
You're
yummies
alone
for free.
in the brewery.
I put hair on
I
his
step
head.
out.
His ball.
I leave the brewery because I have no interest in alcohol.
Okay, so you don't talk to this guy anymore, okay. So you guys head to the town square. I'm going to describe the square for you real quick. Okay, the village square is largely deserted, save for a few scruffy mongrels that pick their way through the abandoned stalls. Mongrels are dogs. Abandoned stalls. A locked strongbox rests atop a short wooden post in the center of the square. A tattered banner displaying a sable wolf rampant hangs forlornly above the strongbox. That seems to be the flag of the town.
You guys see the mongrels are not around anymore.
So the mongrels get like a whiff of Bloodstone and they try to bolt when they hear him coming. So they smell him coming.
Okay, so
what are the buildings around? Do I see any craftsmen that are perhaps?
There's actually
more
in the middle,
of a
right in front of the lockbox. This is the lockbox right here. There's a priest. There's a father, and he's got two silent acolytes. The two acolytes they're both praying, and the father's standing there. Basically, it's still evening, so it's not, but he's yelling out, "Repent, repent, and the creature will not kill you." Basically, yelling out all sorts of complete fucking religious nonsense. So
I push through everyone the second I realize there's another priest. What god do you serve?
we serve the Lord of Light.
The Lord of Light, you say?
I know him.
And does he have a name?
The Great Scruffy.
Justicia.
Justicia.
And it is not the Lord.
God of justice.
Yes. That's who we serve.
Yes, I am acquainted with that. Interesting. Does the rest of your town believe in your religion?
Those that don't, he yells this loudly, so like the whole town can fucking hear him, must repent. They must become part of the light of Justicia, or they will be destroyed by the Hound. The Hound is their punishment for their paganism.
Is it? I'd be very interested to see if you want
sin is responsible for the Hound. He looks at Koligar. He's like, your sin is responsible for the Hound.
What, for surviving the plague?
This creature
I have indeed
had a
survived.
Koligar, the Hound is yours?
Yes.
The Scruffy, can I have him?
It's not. You can have it. It is all yours, but you must beware. His power is grand.
What?
Are you a priest yourself, Dark One?
Oh, indeed I am.
Then I invite you to come to the Chapel of Justicia tomorrow, and I will show you the light. On the morrow, Brother Hams, Brother Acre, come with me. And he starts to leave with the two silent acolytes.
Well, and they were standing where?
Koligar turns around.
They were standing right here. They're going into this building, which is the church now.
Oh, and what's that?
Where
a well?
is it?
No, this is the lottery. The lottery.
Oh, Koligar, he turns to the rest of the group so only that they can see his really very, very extremely long smile, and his whole jawline pretty much.
What's the lottery?
Very interesting.
The lottery is a strong box. The lottery is a strong box. You can expect it. Like
I pick up the box. I'm like, I go like this.
You hear like a cry going up around the square. So like the random people who are walking by or are looking, they're like when you pick up the strong box, and they're like, no. They're very upset that you're picking up the strong box.
I flick the lid off they're like.
Go ahead, roll strength check.
Bloodstone. I hope you roll a 1 and accidentally trip. Trip and crush a house.
When the priests leave, Groth says that all these
a 9 plus 5.
What'd you roll? Felix?
A 9 plus 5.
Okay. What did you say, Brian?
That when the priest was leaving, Groth kind of like scoffed and he said, "All these gods are full of shit." And then he walked up towards the tavern.
Yeah, this is actually the church.
Groth.
This is the church. This is the tavern.
Oh, where's the tavern?
Tavern is A3.
Groth, like, oh, okay, so that one. It goes
You
that way.
have a tavern, okay.
Yes,
And meanwhile, at the strong box,
I flicked the lid off.
the lid flicks off, and you notice that inside of the lottery is a second box. Inside.
Ooh, there's a surprise. I like these surprises.
Bloodstone. I don't think you should. By the gods, we have no control over him.
Okay, this one requires a rogue. It's, I mean, unless you throw it on the floor and smash it to pieces. This second box requires a
I go
rogue.
like this. I say, look. Should I open it?
Yes, open it.
Okay. I put it on the ground and I hit it with my finger.
It smashes. Inside of it is one slip of paper with one name.
What?
Ooh, it's a present. You get it to the
I
center.
pick up the name and look at it.
The name is Brogan Bull Haverson. If you were paying attention, that's the same last name as Morgan.
Yep.
The lottery is a lie, it seems.
A what?
Thank
We
you
must
for
speak.
confirming my suspicions, Bloodstone.
The what?
Truly.
You did a hero's job,
Basically,
Bloodstone.
bad men are doing bad things, and you.
Bloodstone's a hero.
Yes.
Bloodstone,
Yes.
to this day, you are a hero.
Who did I save?
The people that go to give you the yummies. Let's go get the yummies.
Yeah.
Did the rest of the town hear? Did anybody hear what the name was? Like when he just said it?
Who read it?
Like the townspeople, like whoever read it.
No, they gasped and they started. A few of them cried, but they basically disappeared. It's evening. There's not many people here, but a few people saw what you did and they're not happy, and they vanished. So
Okay, so
some
only we
people-
know the name that was on the
You
paper.
can expect whoever's behind us is going to hear about what you did
All right.
soon.
Let's go talk
Grotha, you went to the inn.
tavern.
I was waiting outside, but when they found the paper, I kind of got interested when they said the name.
Yummies.
So yeah, it's time to go in. Let's go talk to the
Which
what's
is
it called? The Broom
Tavern?
Havens? What?
Okay, it's called the Wolf Spear Inn.
Woo! Let's go.
Hey, Color Guard, can you give me the piece of paper?
Do I fit through the door?
Yeah, it's a double door.
Double door. Oh, I open up both.
Like some sort of monster movie.
Like the tavern shakes a little. It tilts in one direction.
I hunch down as far down as I can do, like in the picture, as far as you can.
Okay, there's a common room. There's food and drink are served. It's pretty solemn. There's a few people in there. Hold on a second. I gotta read the section.
I am searching for Morgan.
Hold on a second. I gotta roll 2d12. Okay, there are 11 locals passing the night. They're drinking quietly and having playing some modest dice games. And they're doing their best. They look like they're doing their best to forget about that giant monster that's killing everyone. There's a bard who is entertaining the crowd of the 11 people, who's doing his singing. He looks like flushed, like and his singing is pretty loud and excited, and he's looking in Morgan's direction. She's here already. She made it. She's hugging her dad behind the tavern, and she points over you guys. So her dad is like this big dude.
I go straight over to that.
This big freaking bison-looking dude. He walks over to you guys. He's very friendly-looking. Big smile on his face. He walks up to the first person to greet him, which I guess is Koligar. And he's ready to shake his hand, and he sees what Koligar looks like, and he's like, "Oh," and then he looks around, sees Groth. He's like, "I hear," and Reddington is like, "I hear you. I owe you quite a bit. You saved my daughter's life."
You're going to
As
owe us
repayment, can you explain the matter of the lottery box?
Oh, Reddington, my lord, we must speak in private. This concerns you, barkeep.
How loud are you
No,
guys?
very,
Because there's a bunch
very.
of people in this tavern and they can hear you. How loud are you guys as you start
Whisper.
asking questions about the
I'm loud. I'm
Yeah,
purposely being loud.
Okay.
Lower your voice.
He's like, he looks around at the group and he's like, your name, sir?
For a rogue, I am
I
called.
am Remington Bloodstone. Most people have been calling me the usurper.
Okay. Morgan turns to
It's
him.
funny.
He's like,
I look at the other people.
He's a slurper.
to the slurper.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
He's like
John?
me,
You
I-
said something?
Oh, the people that look up at Reddington, I look at all of them, breathe in deeply, and I say, "We're here to eat. So should you be?" As he like waves his hand at them to go back to what they're doing.
They're all looking at him. Some of them go back to their dice games. A couple of them reach for weapons, but they're not attacking. They're just putting their hands on their weapons, and then they go back to what they're doing. But very slowly, they return to what they're doing. Bull Haverson, he turns to Reddington. He's like, my daughter says that you are the king.
Yes.
Please.
He's a slurper.
Indeed, he is a slurper.
And your name, large one?
I'm Bloodstone.
Bloodstone. She tells
Morgan
me.
said you got yummy.
She tells me it was you who destroyed the bonds that chained her.
Bonds? Whose bonds?
The chains.
The chains
You broke
that you
the chains.
Oh, yeah, the chains.
Yes. Bloodstone
I
Saint.
didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I didn't. Did I do a break?
You did a good thing, Bloodstone.
Oh, if you
You
did a hero.
Yes, you are a hero. I suggest we give him some food as a reward, and then talk about some other things in private.
Yes. Come with me. So he leads you guys to like the back of the inn, and he takes you through the kitchen and to
Do I fit?
to like you do. This guy's kind of big, so he's not 8 feet tall. He's not, but you do fit. So he's a large dude. So you do have to lower your head, and you do have to squeeze through some of the doors. But you do fit. And then he takes you guys to another room. There's a big table and like a little conservatory around it, and you can stay there. He's like, I will have Morgan prepare a room for you, for each of you. Sir Bloodstone, I think we may have a stable for you, but it is large, and I will make it very comfortable.
Okay.
Also,
Good your
we
animals?
also have a stable for that. And he points at the humanite
Yeah, you got
for your pet.
Oh, he's
never ends.
he's my scruffy. He's staying with me.
No, I'm not staying with you.
No. Bartender.
Yes, Kolagar, your name is.
There is. Indeed. Your name was.
Do you guys all
forgive me,
follow?
my-
Do any of you stay in the tavern to hang out with the people who are drinking? Everyone.
I'm following.
Yeah, I guess we're all going, right?
Okay, so everybody goes.
I mean, I would imagine that some like the giants stay behind to eat, but I guess not.
Well, he's going to serve you. Morgan's going to serve him, so he'll be taking care of food. So he takes you guys into the room, and then he basically gives each and every one of you a bear hug. This is a big dude. I mean, if it wasn't for Bloodstone, he'd be the biggest person here. Okay, and the gorilla. Everyone but the gorilla and Bloodstone. The Bloodstone's huge. So, but he does pat Bloodstone on the shoulder, and he does pat the gorilla on the shoulder too.
When he gives Kolagar a hug, you hear like his spine crackle, and Kolagar's like, "Oh!" Like his spine crackles.
So the rumors are true. You are one of the ones they call Eternals.
Yes. That's unfortunate you've come to find out. I still do not wish for you to witness my face, for it would unsettle any normal man.
I owe you. You saved my daughter. You and Bloodstone. You and your fellowship. I owe you many things.
I'm afraid it's not all good news today.
He is the lantern.
This creature, the Hound, it is told takes beautiful women to be its brides in a kingdom beneath the Moors. So her fate may have been worse than just being killed. May have been taken by the Moors as a bride. So I thank you. I humbly thank you for what you've done.
The Moors.
So why is it that Yule seems to be rigging the lottery box?
What?
Yes.
You won the lottery. You get money.
I don't think it's that good news.
They rigged the lottery. And they put your name there.
Are you sure of this?
Could you have done? Yes. Could you have done anything to anger the Jarl?
Nothing. Well,
Colgar pulls out the slip of paper and places it on the table.
My daughter. His guards, the Thanes, they overcame me. They tied me up and left me here.
Is there a specific reason why they picked your daughter in the first place?
I would not know.
You said the beast takes females as brides, correct?
What did you say, John?
He asked him, you said that the beast takes females as brides, correct?
Yes, that is what I've heard.
Is it possible that your daughter was targeted to be its next bride?
How would I know? Perhaps she was. Are you insinuating that the Jarl is in cahoots with the monster?
It appears to
be going that direction.
Maybe not the Jarl, but whoever retains power, there is potential.
The Jarl and his wizard are the power here. Silru, which you may have met as he was out there, controls the Jarl. He is his seer. He can see the future. He is the one who prepared us and warned us of the Hound in the first place.
We should start with him.
The wizard, you say?
A wizard, a seer, one who sees the future.
And one that sees the future.
You said a moment ago that there was a city underneath the ground. And the people, they were Moors?
No, the
Is that
Moors.
what you call
the Moors are out there. He goes to a window, he points out, and you can see a really densely forested area. Those are Moors.
What are the Moors?
It's a forest. A hilly forest. It's a Moor.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. I get called for my job all the damn time.
What was the wizard's name again?
It was like with promotions comes headaches.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I'm here. I'm just blocking the camera.
Oh, okay. All right.
We need to get to the bottom of this.
Oh no, Grozalax has appeared.
Yep.
We're doomed.
Holy God.
We will eat brains together.
The monster will attack tonight, and we need to get to the bottom of this before he can. Or you and your daughter are gonna are gonna be chosen next, and we can't do anything to stop it.
They could have chosen them before because of the tally. They made it seem like it was a moral thing. But if the people know that it's not an equal opportunity thing, then they will not.
Basically, if people in the town find out Box is bad, people get mad.
Yes.
This will probably be a good thing.
You're such a smart scruffy.
Oh, good grief.
No,
you're so special.
King. If the town implodes, they will not have the strength to fight this beast.
They'll have the sense to run.
You're the special scruffy. Hold on.
Kolgar rubs his head. He's like, he whispers to himself quietly enough that only Groth hears it. He's like, didn't I eat a nun? No matter.
Rolf, you got to take care of the scruffy. He grabs the altar humanite, Again, he's like this. He's like, you're not taking care of this. He goes like this. He's like this.
No, not again. Leave me alone.
He's combing the other humanite's hair over his face. So Bull Heverson goes, all right, I will return, and I will bring you a banquet and something to entertain the creature. I'll be right back.
Wait.
So a few minutes later, he returns with Morgan, who is very, very appreciative of you guys. She gives a big hug and a kiss to the Bloodstone, and then they bring like a big old feast for you guys to eat. So you guys can pick out.
Oh my goodness.
Wayne, let's hurry up and eat. Again, we need energy for tonight.
Yummies.
Energy.
She's hanging out there for a minute, so yeah, if you guys want to talk to her, question her about anything, you can.
Morgan. I go up to her with my ghastly ass appearance, not breathing even slightly.
Hi, Morgan.
So, Morgan, I wish to question you a little bit, if you do not mind.
She's like, she said, yes, Koligar is your name?
Indeed,
You are one of the Eternals, my father says.
yes, I no longer breathe like you do.
You went through
Nor do I.
You went through a great Holocaust in Porthos.
Yes, I was killed by a light.
The Hound will do the same thing that happened to Porthos here. It will not rest until every last citizen of Hirot is slain.
And that would be distasteful.
The very person that caused that Holocaust in Porthos happens to be very close by in a mountain.
Yes, as my liege states, he is up in the mountain. The great and powerful.
I want to see Porthos.
You will, in time. Morgan.
Guff, you gotta help comb his hair.
Did anything suspicious happen?
Leave my hair
Anything out of the
alone.
ordinary within the last 3 days?
You cannot give him back
The last week, has anything out of the ordinary happened?
I am not your toy.
What were you asking me something, Tyler?
Yes.
You asked
Morgan,
her.
within the last... Yes. Morgan, within the last week, has anything out of the ordinary happened? Anything at all? The smallest detail could assist us.
The brothers, Kedge, Stein, and Elam, they discovered a king's random hidden in the hills north of Hirot, and they left for the Southlands. So apparently they came rich from up there, and they left.
Brothers, where was this? The brothers, could you repeat that, please?
Brothers Cage, Stein, and Elam, they discovered a king's ransom hidden in the hills north of Hirot, and they left for the Southlands.
They found a king's ransom.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes. North of the village, apparently there's something up there that they found a king's ransom. Perhaps a dungeon, something.
What? We need to
Some say
investigate
that's
this.
where the creature comes from. But that's where the Hound comes from. Not from the Moors, but from there.
with the king.
The king? You mean ready?
What direction is the Moor, by the way?
The Moor is west. You came from there. You passed through.
I want more. I like more yummies. I like more water, and I like more.
She's like, yes.
Kale,
And
I like more puppies.
she points out that they pretty much brought like half a pig out for you. So there's a big old leg of pig there for you to eat.
I like bacon.
Well,
So he's eating the bacon. And for his size, you think he would eat like disgustingly, but he's actually very tender. And very educated. So
So I mean, we're eating and everything, and are we eating only pig? Is it just a pig, or is there any other?
They brought a full banquet. The pig was handed to Bloodstone for saving her.
You know, as we eat, I get a few bones from each of the animals. You know, I'll get like something from the pig, like a pig rib, some chicken. I get little bits of that, and I put them in my bag.
Okay.
I need those to summon animals.
She's like, I welcome you if you'd like. Before I will take you up to your rooms if you'd like and show you around. But you like there's others in there's also some entertainment going on in the tavern itself. Our local bard is there. He's singing. His name is Lore. He fancies me, of course, and that's why he likes to sing here. But he may have some information about the Hound as well. He says he's heard some stuff.
Yes.
He's fancy.
Stay here for about a moment, Morgan.
Of course he is.
I must converse with my compañeros. I walk over to Remington and I bend his ear. Well, I go right next to his ear. Anything you would like to ask Morgan, perhaps? I've already inquired as to any recent instances. Perhaps you have.
Honestly, I think the best case would be to smoke out the rats.
All right, my liege. I will ask the others now. I go over to Groth.
Wait. Can I talk to?
Humanite, you were here for another reason. I'm just reminding you.
I know. Can I talk to? I go over to.
I will get to you too.
Can I talk to?
He says that in a very loud voice. He thinks it's a whisper, but it's loud and everyone hears it. So
I go over to Groth.
I have to go pee.
Morgan hears you, and she goes over and takes Bloodstone's one of his fingers and leads him out of the room and takes you out back so you can pee.
Okay. Thank you, Morgan.
He leaves a lake.
How did you?
Yeah.
Did Cooligar and Eddington tell you that I had to go pee? I only told them.
She's like, these are women know such things.
Oh, okay.
It takes you out.
You're so smart. You're almost as smart as my Fruffy over there.
And she's like, yes, thank you. And she turns away, and I'll wait for you here and lead you back in. So you can go your
Okay.
way.
So, Colgar goes over to Groth. He's like, questions you want to ask Morgan before she leaves. You have any? I've already inquired as to what happened within the last week. Perhaps you could ask something that I didn't think of.
Nothing really comes to mind. I just want to get to the Yarrow before the monster comes. I think we're in for a long night, so we must prepare for the battle and not rest.
I heard something about a king's ransom to the north. Perhaps there is some sort of dungeon there. Something related to this beast. When the morn comes, we should go and investigate.
They did say when they were able to kill the beast, and it does come back. But if we can kill the beast tonight, maybe it won't kill anybody.
It comes back stronger, and it fades into ink, if I recall correctly. Fades into a black ink.
It's good enough to buy us some time until the next lottery.
That's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
And how long does it take before it regenerates? Is this the regular 3 days?
They didn't tell you that.
They said it comes.
He implied that was pretty quick. That happened almost immediately.
Oh, well.
That later on at night, more people died whenever they tried to kill him. That pissing this thing off leads to death, pretty much always.
If the Jarl and the rest of the village knows something that we don't, we should get that information and then head for the dungeon. Maybe we can stop it before it gets to town.
I just want to get a few other facts straight. So, the 3 people that got the gold They found the gold near the base of the mountain?
No, so the mountain is east. They went north.
They went north. Okay.
But the rumors are that the beast comes from the east and not the north, right?
The rumors are it comes from the west. From the direction you guys came, directly
Right.
north of where you were, there are the moors. When you came through you were in the moors.
Okay.
You were in the actual forest. Supposedly it comes from there. When you guys heard the howling, it was coming from that direction, from inside the moors. So it physically came from there tonight. But
It physically came from there tonight, but it's actually coming from where the King's Ransom was, right?
it might.
Hmm.
I mean, you can keep talking to villagers. They seem to have a lot of rumors.
Yeah, they know a lot more. They just all, got together and talked about the situation. It seems like it would work out.
I did tell all of you. It's just us in the room, right?
Yeah, no. Morgan is with Bloodstone. She's outside.
There is
We'll go back
someone
to
at
Bloodstone in a
the.
minute. So you can
There is
RP
someone
taking
at
a piss.
the. Okay.
Go ahead, John.
Oh, I say at the foot of Mount Trish, right? Or Chish?
Tish.
What's that? Tish.
Or Tyche.
At the foot of
Spelled Tyche.
Tish. Not Trisha.
No, there's no R.
Not Trish.
Not Trish. Tish.
Trish is from The Witcher. She's a beautiful redhead.
I say at the base of the mountain, there's someone I need to talk to who knows how to create bodies. Basically, I was going to ask her for help to create a body for your wife, as he points at Reddington. Here's the thing. This creature turns to ink, correct, when killed?
Yes, that's what they've said. Black ink.
Is it possible that someone is using that knowledge to do this?
By the way, this village is at the base of the mountain.
Oh, sorry.
The Duchess told you that the widow, the Mad Widow, lives in the village. She lives here.
Let's go to this mad widow who knows about how to create these creatures. Maybe she can give us more information in the direction we need.
That's
Let's
a good
find
idea.
this Mad Widow now.
And at the worst, maybe she can create something, a fake sacrifice to entice the beast.
All right, so outside.
And an unkillable Fluffy for our friend.
So outside Bloodstone, you're taking a piss, a giant piss that takes about 5 minutes. It just keeps coming out, keeps pouring out, and
It's like the fire hydrant's open.
you feel the call of Excapabla. Excapabla is telling it. It's like, grab me.
Scababa puts up in the air.
You grab Excapabla, and it tells and Excapabla tells you, on the other side of the inn, the creature is here. You hear a scream from the other side of the inn, like someone fucking a blood curdling scream, high pitched, and you can hear someone being torn to pieces on the other side of the inn.
Mugen, hide.
Morgan is like, no, that was my father, and she runs around the inn to the other side of the inn. That was my father's voice.
Mugen. He chases after her.
As you guys move around the inn.
Yeah, he's going around to the other side of the.
Okay, for a second, you see Bull. He's there, ripped in half. One half of his body's on one side of the fucking street, and the other half of his body is about 20 feet away, ripped in half. Two massive gashes down the rest of him. He's been torn up. In this direction, on the wall for like 2 seconds, you see something huge. I mean, massive, on all fours, with a long tail and like spikes along his back. And it looks at you for 1 second with glowing red eyes, and then it jumps off the wall and disappears into the darkness. And we'll stop right there.
I told you we shouldn't have wasted time.
Dang it.
I told you.
I was gonna
See what happens when we dilly-dally, talking to people being all nice? It doesn't work.
No, I have a plan.
Anyway, want to have dinner, talk to the people, and hang out.
Right, guys.
I'm going to take the father.
Since you had no combat encounters in this game, we're
going
gonna vote for an MVP. So you guys decide who's. We're doing this different. Instead of who's the best RPer, who's the most valuable player? Who did the stuff that guy you guys moving. That's who you vote for. That person gets some XP.
I think the best
Everybody else
role
will
player
get
and the
2
best
XP just for playing the game. Just so give,
Oh, cool.
give yourselves 2 XP.
I think
This other player will get more.
I say Kolagar.
I was thinking someone else.
Type it, dude. It's easier for me to
I
count.
would say Bloodstone.
We got Bloodstone. We got 2
I'm
for
going with
Bloodstone, 1 for
Bloodstone.
For some reason, I wasn't
Felix,
compelled.
Felix, add an additional 4 XP to your 2 XP. You got
I'm worried about giving him more power, but
Are we going with the best player or
MVP.
Or the one who-
No, not RP. MVP, most valuable player.
Most
you decide how you.
valuable
What
player.
that you guys
Who
decide
would
what
do
that
the
means.
most shit this game?
Felix,
basically?
you have. I'm going to give you the XP that Bloodstone has to begin with, and you just add this to.
Yeah, I got it.
You already got it. Okay, you did
I
yourself. All right, good. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let me end the video, and we all BS.